Yeah.
Christian, and you know we're supposed to go like follow the Bible. You know how supposedly gays don't go to heaven and all this type of shit like that. For
Yeah.
me, I don't feel like it's like that. Like, I don't like when people are like, oh, you're gay, it's wrong, you can't be gay. That's not, like, you're not gonna get into heaven. Why would God create someone and be like, oh, they're an outcast, you have to hate them because they like the same gender, that's wrong. That makes no sense. They supposedly say we're all children of God, but how are you gonna outcast the people that quote unquote God created? That makes no type sense to me. And the fact, I mean, I understand people, you know, you can respectfully say that you don't like gays, and you know, I won't get offended. Like some people like, oh, you're disgusting. Like, you have the right to have your own opinion, but if you're going and yelling at a gay person that it's wrong for them to love the same gender, you're wrong for that. I mean, I understand you have your opinion, but just don't try to affect someone else's life, because if that's the life they want to go for, just leave them. Like, it's not affecting your life if someone's gay. And I feel so bad because there's so many kids, like, nowadays that are gay, but their parents don't support it. And they're just, like, you came out of your mom. Like, you're raised by your dad. Even if you don't have a dad, like, your mom's there for you. Or if you don't have a mom, your dad's there for you. That's so hard to come out and tell them, hey, I'm gay. Like, because you don't know their response. They might not like that. And then you'd be like, oh, you can't be gay in this household. I feel so bad. So many kids get kicked out of their house just because they're gay. And, like, this topic is so hard because for me, I don't care if someone's gay.
Paul, it's
if
June
they're
6,
gay, that's how they want to live. Like, it's
Wish you
not
could see this,
affecting me because they're
We're
gay.
invading some frog beach I'm not supposed to even know the name of.
Some people aren't even religious. Some people, they don't even believe there's a, like heaven or hell. And that's how it is. Like, there's some people who are like, get offended for anything. Just anything. Like, if you don't believe what they believe, they just don't like you. Like, I don't understand that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just more open-minded, like, oh, you don't believe in God? Okay,
I made some good buddies in basic, and they're all on the boat with me.
I don't really care. Like, that's just what I believe in. That's what I was raised with. There's nothing
but now he's probably the best friend I have in
change
the
about
world.
what I was raised. That's how I was
If
raised.
there
That's what
wasn't
I'm
already
gonna believe.
he'd be off
But I'm
trying to
not
start
gonna, like,
I gotta keep all my
I wasn't really, like,
photos
raised as if, like,
Styles says he's
from
gonna be a
the
photographer for
from the
Life
Bible,
magazine.
like, oh,
Kinda looks
you have
like
to believe
Clark
this,
Kent,
you have
except
to
when he
believe
takes
this.
off his glasses,
Like,
the
you go
only
to
thing that
church, you do
happens
all
is he
this,
can't see
but
shit.
my mom raised me that I
Arrow's
should
the
accept
vet.
everyone for
Being
who they
honest,
are.
he's what Mom would call
And
it.
it's sad because some kids aren't raised like that. They're just raised to, like, oh, you're supposed to like men and women. That's it. Wait, what's the fuck? That sounded different. You know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
But it's annoying because, like, I feel like everyone should like who they want. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, everything's
money's
going
on
out of
Zelda.
hand with fucking genders, like, crazy out of hand. There's so many
Yeah,
genders.
bro, like this is the one bitch talking about some, oh, you know, there's actually 76 ain't nobody gonna put 76 bathrooms. They're gonna put two, man and female. If you don't like it, get the fuck out.
And I'm being honest, like, do you ever watch, What Would You Do?
Oh yeah, that fucking weird guy that puts people in situations and he's like, oh yeah, so what would you do if you saw, yeah.
A homeless man being robbed, like some shit like that. But there is this one episode I watched which was a transgender guy, you know, he's a woman now.
Mhm.
He was gonna go to the bathroom, but the mom didn't feel comfortable letting the little girl go into the bathroom, in the same bathroom as transgender. For me, I mean, I understand where she's coming from, even though she's kind of messed up of how she kind of set it off. But I understand what she's like.
Briefing's about
You
to
know,
start.
he
What
was
the
a
hell you boys
man.
doing?
Yeah,
I mean,
there's Sergeant Pearson.
was a woman,
real
but now a
sweetheart.
woman. I
You
mean,
think you're special, huh?
I mean, I'm not saying
Cops
it's
are gonna
okay
eat your lunch.
for that. I'm just saying the way she said it was kind of fucked up. She's like, I don't want my daughter to be in the same bathroom as that thing. Like, that's disrespectful.
Yeah, that's like kind of what the topic. All right, so just to clarify everything, this all started about Detroit Become Human. This is where all of this started, which is what I'm going back to right now. This is what I'm referencing. You're talking about going to the bathroom with quote quote that thing, which is the person, you know. But it's the same thing with Detroit. It's like, oh, I don't want to let my daughter go outside with this android. I don't want to let it go out with my daughter, you know? Which was the same thing, bringing back to racial topics about black people and how they weren't allowed to do stuff way back when, and about how black people are still being killed today, even, you know, by police officers and everything. And the police officers are getting close to no punishment besides just losing their jobs, you know?
Untold generations.
Yeah, that's what's
I'm
been
talking about
getting
glory,
me
gentlemen.
mad. Cause like every time
True glory.
a black like
Colonel Davis sure
an
can give a
innocent
nice
life is
speech.
taken by an officer.
His pep talk reminded me of the
They
one
point
Coach Johnson
all the
gave us
same
on our
stuff, like,
Thanksgiving
about
Day
how,
game versus Austin.
like how these
I'm sure you
people
remember we
will,
lost that
like,
game by
white
42
people
points.
will like go in, hurt people, and then they'll just get like charged. Not even like
Yeah.
just charged. And I'm like,
Always
what?
looking over
Like
Peterson's
there was that there was this guy who he was a white guy. He murdered 2 kids and 2 like actual people, like adults. And he only got a couple years for a prison sentence.
Ever since I could
But
hold the right,
if it would have
be
been
like you, Paul.
an
You've always been tough to follow,
a black person,
but I'm damn sure
they would have either gotten like 30 years upwards or life, you know? Like even being accused, like there's people out there, which is straying away from the topic we're on, but kind of still there, you know? The topic of how women can literally lie. They can just straight lie. They'll just be like, oh yeah, he raped me. And they can just destroy that person's life, you know?
I hate that. I really do. Like,
There was a football coach who was put in prison for 28 years because a woman dreamed that she got raped by that man. And when she told them that, he was released because it didn't happen. But he was still in prison for 28 years.
right? Sounds scared, Private.
like,
No,
I'm
sir.
worried, but like,
Should be.
I mean, the topic of like women. I'm not. I mean, I am a girl.
You can tread as thin as you want.
Like, I
Sure
hate
thing.
it. Like, I hate being a female. Like, besides
Everybody down!
ruining it too by yelling and doing all this other shit, I understand that girls,
Watch out!
want life, but then you don't know they have to have the equal
Get
rights
down!
They can't just like
Equal rights, equal fights.
they might say, but we're not gonna put as much like
Effort.
We're gonna have to pull off! No!
that
Stay on
confused
mission!
me,
You're
like,
taking us in!
I
You must have
know
drifted!
life,
I can't see the
and
landmark! You heard the lieutenant! Full
and I
speed!
hate when like
Incoming!
but I hate
Hold tight!
they say like a girl can wear skimpy clothing to show her body, you know?
God damn it! 200 yards!
Any person of life
20 seconds!
like if I'm being
Same
honest,
plan! Get to the
girl,
seawall!
people are
Almost
like,
in! Yeah! Get
like,
the Bangalore to the wire!
crazy,
Fast!
not like showing
Everybody
their
ready?
body. I'm just saying.
Here we go!
They should show
Drop
their
the ramp!
body,
There's no
and
cover!
they should
That was an
be
order, goddammit!
okay
Drop it!
to, like, feel comfortable doing it, not attack because some guy wanna pull up or say some shit like that.
Well, if they're gonna feel that way about a guy calling them out for what they're wearing, then like they can't really complain. If you're gonna wear like a quote slutty outfit, if you will, if you're gonna wear one, like obviously someone's gonna say something about it, you know. You're not just gonna be able to wear that and then just be, you know, a-okay. Someone is gonna say something about it, you know. Which is always a topic about how women want to stop being body shamed, yet they wear the clothes that they wear, you know.
I mean, alright, I get that. I mean, I get that. Okay.
Ooh, his leg is gone.
Be about like shaming
Daniels!
body.
This is what you trained for!
Mm-hmm.
Now pick up that banger!
Well, we've changed the topic from Detroit to racial to people dying, and then now we're on to feminism and women and shit like that.
Yeah, I just okay. I'm not really into shaming someone for their body. I feel like everybody's like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Get to the seawall. I'll meet you there.
Wee
Daniel,
wee.
this way. Hurry.
Bad because they have no control over that. Like they were born with it. They can't fucking
Yeah, like on that very thin topic of how
Daniel.
women make fun of men about stuff they can't control, but if a guy makes fun of a girl about something she can control, you know, it's that topic of like
wait. You can say wait.
no, like it's not even just on weight, it's like other shit too,
Fire in
you
the
know?
hole.
Like shit they can control and shit that they can't control. If it's something that they can't control, it's just like, alright, they can't control it, it's whatever. But if it's stuff that they can control and they don't want to be shamed about it, to me it doesn't really make sense. It's like, okay, you can control this, and you're not controlling it well, like how you should be, and you're getting mad when people tell you that you should watch what you're doing, you know?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, when you say that, it's really negative, like, older, like, cause some girls are, like, older.
Did you say odor or older?
No, older, like they said
Oh, well, yeah, that's...
Thanks, bud.
self-care is, like, a huge thing, and it should always be a huge thing.
All right, here we go.
If a girl doesn't, shut up, Siri, I didn't talk to you.
It's just...
So, she's not talking, but, like, if a girl doesn't want to shave, you know, that's what they want to do.
Yeah, but then you get hate for that.
I don't care if you don't shave, like some girls shave armpits, some girls shave. That's not some
I need... Yeah.
that's some religion that you're not allowed to shave.
Yeah, I always found that like weird, like your religion doesn't let you do certain, like I understand some things like swearing, like doing certain shit, you know? Like I understand that.
At a young age.
Yeah. Well, that's it's banned for a completely different reason. But like
Ain't nothing left.
fucking what was I talking about again? I'm sorry, I got kind of distracted. I'm playing my game right now. Females and shit. Well, like, yeah, it's fucked. All right, this is you go. You continue. I'm a bit. Well, just continue with what we were going on. You know, we were doing pretty good with that. Yeet.
Got it out. Toss it out a grenade.
One thing I kinda don't like, you know,
Mhm.
this is like another topic.
It's we can trend on many topics as we want. You know.
Okay, so like you know how like our grandparents in another generation where women are supposed to be in the kitchen, you know,
Mhm.
that type of stuff.
Mhm.
It's like hard like grandma or grandpa. Like I have a religious grandma and
None of my
play video games and that's not very ladylike. You know, I'm supposed to be clean.
quote ladylike.
Like quote unquote. But like
Yeah.
the thing is I
MG,
understand
just go
where
sleep
she's
in the
coming
beach.
from because she was born in
You hurt?
women are
Thanks.
working in the kitchen.
I'm good now. We gotta get to
like
the
around the
bunker.
house.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of born in a time where girls could do what they kind of want. Like they
Not what they want, but they have less like they have less restrictions as like, you know, they did back then.
yes, in their own time. I wouldn't say it like that. Not anything.
Throw the
Yeet.
smoke.
But I'm like
Turret blind. Move out.
I mean, I don't want to say closed-minded generation, but it's kind of like that because they're not really open to like a lot of new things, like hormones, gays. I mean, that's kind of the same thing, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, just like changing they were born in whole different times than us. And
Yeah.
I understand, but like, it's hard for them to adapt to what we're doing.
Well, you gotta remember what we're doing now. The world is very soft with treading on, you know, like yeah, soft as in like, you know, if you say one thing that someone doesn't like, you know, it offends an entire country, you know? Which is one of those things that it's still like, you know, freedom of speech, but, you know, we can't really talk about shit, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you still have freedom of speech.
Over here.
How you word it. You can't just be like, oh, I hate white people, this and that. Like,
Well, freedom of speech as in to what you want to say, not being like racist with it. I'm just clarifying what you're saying. Why do you hate me? I've done nothing wrong. Nope. I don't know what you're talking about. I've literally only been nice to you this entire time besides talking about how you're short. That's not hurtful. You admit it yourself. Can't get mad at me for saying it, you know. You wish you were 6 foot anything.
No, I wouldn't. What the heck?
What, being tall?
I mean, okay, that's
There,
something, 'cause it's so
no,
like that. I'm just saying I'd rather not be that tall.
there was a girl, like one of the tallest women in the world. She's like 7 feet tall, and tell me why she still wears heels. Like, you don't need to be taller. You're already tall as shit.
You okay?
I mean, if I were them, I would just put sandals. You know, there's
Gucci flip-flop. I want Gucci flip-flops now after making that joke. I remember that guy posted his Gucci flip-flops and how his dog ate them. That was amazing. He was just sitting there.
I need that AK.
Okay.
But no, you know when this whole coronavirus thing happened in China and stuff.
All right, judgment.
That's
One
not what I
more.
wanted to talk about.
It's just,
No, because I was gonna talk about how that like
I mean, it has.
I mean it's complicated, but then Donald Trump pops to my mind and that's just not real.
On politics. I mean, like, I'm not a really big fan of politics, you know, like, I'm not gonna sit there and go on for it as much as we have, like, about video games and racism and how people don't really talk about it as openly as it should be talked about, you know?
Move it up.
Yeah.
Like,
It's just our president doesn't
Here we go.
and I know that he's done stuff that has helped us, like, when quarantine started with the money.
the stimulus check.
Yeah. But it's just annoying when I would go through like social media and then they would have those videos of
Suspect.
interviewers asking him questions, but they would be females, and he would have a different response towards them.
Yeah.
That just got me mad, like
Especially about, like, there was the one about the girl who was, like, being interviewed by him, or, like, she was asking him questions, and she was like, well, why are you calling it the Chinese virus? And he was like, because it came from China. And then she was like, why are you, like, targeting me about this? And he was like, I'm not, I'm just telling you that it came from China,
Can't walk.
you know, and a bunch of other shit like that.
Get me the fuck out
But
of here.
politics, presidents, the world now is just completely flubbernucked, you know. There's not really much that can be done to fix it. Because, like, no matter what you do, you're always gonna find those people that are, you know, like, dog shit. You know?
it was
There's not a lot that you can really do about that, you know?
yeah. I just like it's really annoying.
We gotta take cover.
My mom talks more Spanish than anything, so she tries to talk English, but
Too many!
broken.
It's not. It can't be as bad as like. No, it's probably worse than my dad's.
Come on! You call that fucking clear?
Oh, you can kind of understand her, but she understands English. And there's this one situation with our family that for a family member of ours that was saying that Coco was living here. And I was in my mom's
Hang in there!
and my mom calls me because she needs me. And then she's like, oh, there's officers here and I need you to help me translate. And I'm like, okay, sure.
Keep your head down!
They're like, they're talking to me.
They keep coming!
Talking to my mom.
Shit!
And I'm like, why are you talking to my mom? I'm here to translate for her. Like,
Watch out!
and she clearly,
He's
like,
down! Let's
they
move!
clearly knew that I was translating for her. And they're like, this one guy asked her, oh, how long have you been
We
living
gotta
here?
move!
And then,
I got you!
20, 30 years? My mom was 30. No, it's
Fuck!
20, because she spent half her life here.
Yeet.
And she, like,
We can get down here!
20 years here and you still haven't learned how to talk English? I was like,
Bro, my see if any of my parents were there, them police officers would have had the door slammed in on them.
like, that's
Stay down!
like, if you were raised to talk one language and you
Oh, I almost got flawless there, but I missed. Okay, continue.
you have to, like,
Just
it's
keep
like
pressure on it!
another language when you're already,
Almost
like,
there!
in your 30s, you know what I mean? Like, we're
Come on,
young,
up here,
so
move,
it's
move.
not that, like, it won't be that hard for us to learn another language. It's still gonna be difficult, but not that hard.
Not as hard as it would be if you're like, you know, older.
Back! I need morphine!
So, like, I kinda got annoyed at the officer because my mom just laughed it off. But then when she closed the door, she was like, "Did you hear what that dumb bitch just told me?"
You gotta hang on.
That's
Those girls in Paris are waiting for you.
I was like, "Yo,
Really?
I mean, I was like,
Of course they are.
I don't know.
Alright.
Yeah, I didn't say
How
anything
about-
about it.
How about
Like,
another look at your
It's
girl?
annoying
Huh?
when, like,
You kidding
and
me?
then I hate
It's
when
okay, I can't-
there's
I
people
can't
who'll
see
be like,
shit.
"You're in America, talk English." Like,
For the rest of it.
Yeah, like there's these guys, these girls. It was two girls. They got kicked out of a restaurant because I think one of the
I need a goddamn medic!
what was it called? Like one of the like the waitresses, but they were guys, so I don't know what they're called.
Got this!
Um, talking to him, and he only spoke Spanish because it was a Puerto Rican restaurant, you know? It had like Mexican foods and stuff like that, and I guess he was new there, so he only really spoke Spanish. And
Move it up!
as they were like talking, okay, hold on, let me get this real quick.
Heads up, Daniel.
As they were like talking to him, he's speaking Spanish to them, and he had to get another guy to translate. And they were being very, very racist towards him. They were calling him a spick. They were saying that if they're in America, that they should speak American, and they should speak English, you know, and all that other shit. Which, you know, it's kind of fucked because, you know, people come here for a better life and then they get treated like dog shit. Like, that's another thing to tread on is people that come from poor countries or countries that are in poverty, they come here to get a better life and then they ended up just getting treated like livestock, you know?
I'm not fluent in Spanish, but I completely understand it. And I was talking to my cousin in English in front of his friends, and he said, "You're in Puerto Rico, you talk Spanish." I swear to God, I was so close to getting up and slapping the living crap out of that kid.
I don't know, listen, bitch, alright? Just because we're in your country, this doesn't mean shit, okay? I don't speak Espanol, I don't understand Taco Bell, leave me alone.
I mean, like, if I'm honest, I'm not, like, I don't really
Here they come!
take
Open fire!
things
Get on the MG!
like, I'll joke around, like,
Firing! Ugh.
Yeah. I like how we're talking about this and I'm just sitting here mowing down a bunch of Nazis with a MG42.
I had a pause that game because it was way too loud, so I wouldn't hear what you were saying. So I was just like, dude.
No, I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to do this. Yeah, I mean like I can slightly multitask, you know, play a game and still talk, which I never really do unless I'm like talking in a party, which is the reason why this is so easy for me. Because they have the quote unquote not even that, it's just they feel above, you know? They feel like because their parents don't really do anything about it, that they can just do whatever they want, which is not okay, you know?
I mean, I know, like, spanking is, like, a topic that a lot of people don't like.
Like,
Abuse or
it's
topic.
not abuse, it's just putting them in their place.
Like, technically, a fist is abuse. If you do it with the flat hand, it's called spanking.
Like,
Unless you, like, repeatedly hitting your kid with, you know,
no, like,
that-
yeah, there was a video of this mom who, like, she had, like, a wire, which was, like, it was, like, a charger, or, like, a really thick headphone wire, and she was hitting her kid with it, and the kid was bleeding, telling her to stop because it hurt, and she literally just was not stopping. She was hitting him, she was pushing him against the wall and beating him, and, like, literally, like, in the next video, like, because it was a swipe one, he swipes and you can like literally see like getting yelled at by the cops and getting her kid taken away and everything like that.
We'll see this through.
Yeah, because that's different. Like, I understand spanking them, right? But not to an
Beachhead
extent
secured.
that it's leaving marks
Bivouac at
on
the
them.
second
Because,
hedgerow after
like,
ridge.
okay,
The most that you can do that leaves a mark is just like a single belt whip. That's like the most, and that's like even treading very thin ice. You know?
right. I just, like, the thing is, when you, like, okay, let's say you constantly spank a kid, that leaves them trauma. Because, like, I'm not even gonna lie, I used to get hit when I was, like, little a lot. And so, like, when I was, like, 10,
Yes, sir.
that's when my mom kind of stopped, like, spanking me. Because, you know, I was well behaved. I just
Of course I will.
didn't talk back. I didn't do anything, you know? But, like, every time she would lift her hand up, I would flinch. Like, I would close my eyes and put my arms above my head. Like, that's how scared I was.
That's-
that I was
that was literally me with all of my friends. Cause we would do this dumb shit where it would be us like sitting on the couch, right? It'd be like, yo, let's try this. And like, alright, so stay still. They would stay still, and we would just punch one of them as hard as we could. You get one punch on like their arm. Punch them as hard as they could. And if they don't like flinch or say ow or anything, they get to punch you back. So you would put all your force behind it, just hoping that you did oh, my game's not fully installed yet. I gotta wait 17 minutes. But like you would put all of your force behind that, just hoping that they wouldn't like be able to hit you back. And then when like you realized that they could hit you back, you were just like, fuck. Well, I'm fucked. And then they would hit you back, and it would just keep going until one of you said ow. And it was like the most amazing slash dumbest shit in the world. It's like our version of bloody knuckles. It's not the worst thing that we've done, but it's not like the nicest.
Yeah, kind of figured. But,
We played this game called actually no, you talk now.
I was gonna go on how, like, I know physical abuse is bad, but mental abuse is, like, kind of worse.
It is worse. You're fucking up the kids' mentals.
It's 7 weeks since D-Day.
Yeah, like,
To break out of Normandy, we're pushing
I don't
inland to
know
secure Marignane.
why, but
That's how we'll
parents need to
control the
understand that, like,
roadways and
what you
plow
say
across
to a
France to Paris.
kid
Liberation's
affects
coming
them.
soon.
Like, there'll be kids that are getting bullied. Like, on the internet and they'll commit suicide. Like, that's
Yeah, there was
really
like,
a sign that words matter.
yeah, it was like a 6-year-old kid or something like that who like he ended up killing himself because he was getting bullied.
I don't know. Like, I wasn't really, you know, I mean, it wasn't even that bad, so I didn't really care. But
Yeah.
I am putting this on the bottom of my heart. I would never kill myself because someone told me to.
I would never kill myself, but I'd make the person afraid just to get back at them.
Like, and the thing is, how would that person feel? Like, let's say that person really did kill themselves, and a lot of people have. Like, do they just go on with their day knowing that they were a part
They're
of
just
the
like, well,
reason why
he
that
killed
person
himself.
killed themselves? What they kill themselves? Let me go get some McDonald's.
Yo, I'm kind of hungry. I just made that nigga kill himself, bro. That was a whole workout. Let me go get some McDonald's.
That's tough.
That's fucked.
Like, I could never. Like, and you know what aggravates me? This, how do predators, why do people like little kids? It makes no sense to me.
Because they're old as shit and they can't get anyone their age, so they go for the little ones.
Like, there's some people who just, like, say that they like little kids because they're more innocent or some shit like that. That's the reason. They're little kids. They're supposed to be innocent. They're little. Like, there's some kids that are demons, but they're innocent. Because they've never done anything really wrong. Like, you know what I mean by that? Like, I can't. Like, when I see, like, or heard something on the news about a kid being molested, that is a scar in their whole entire life that they have to live with. And I feel so bad because when there be like these stories about how these people have been molested for years by someone in their family or like their like parents' friends and they couldn't say anything because they would be afraid to get in trouble. Like, how fucked up? Like, did you have to get that kid to think that it would be their fault for you touching them? What? Like, I feel like that makes me feel so bad for the kid. Like, no one should go through that. And like, predators should never even exist in general. And I'm not, okay, this is gonna be a little harsh, I'm not gonna lie. But like, I'm not saying they should die, but I'm saying
I'm not saying they should die, but they should die.
die. I mean, because there's no point of them coming out of jail, because they're gonna do it again. Like, just because
Let's
they've been in
like,
jail doesn't mean they're gonna change their ways. Like, oh, I've been in jail, I'll be trying to go for, like, females my age. They're still gonna go out and do the same thing, even though they alert their neighbors that they're, you know, sex offenders, shit like that, you know, predators. That still doesn't help the fact that they're still going to do that again. And how many jail sentences is it gonna take? Man, they just do it again. Like, it makes no sense to me.
yeah, that's a like. There's like one of okay. You're gonna be like, no fucking way, really. But one of my friends, right? Her grandpa, because they all live together. It's her, her grandpa, her grandma, her mom, her dad, her sister, and her 2 little brothers, right? And her grandpa literally took like photos and videos of the little ones like naked, child pornography, and would sell them. And he would make money off of it. And they
How much money we talking? How much money?
hey, stop it. So
That's what I'm saying.
I'd say
I don't I
How
don't
much money?
I don't know. He was just making
What
money.
money's worth that?
He was making money about it, and
maybe I'll
then
get home by Christmas with a
what was, I keep losing my train of thought.
first.
He was making money off of it, and then he left his laptop open. That's when they went on and saw his stuff that he had on there. Um, then they put him in like this mental thing, where he quote he failed at killing himself. I don't know how you do that, but he failed at killed himself 3 times, then tried again, and then he signed himself out of the correctional institute that he was in and just left. Like no one knows where he is now.
Not bad, eh?
That's actually terrible.
Glad to have you.
It's crazy.
Good to be back, sir.
You ever
All right, fellas.
you ever heard about
Got a unique
Norman
opportunity.
Bates?
Norman
Start getting
Beats?
us a break out of Norman.
Bates.
Bates? Who's that?
You know about
Hedgerows are
serial
heavily
killers and
defended.
shit
We
like
got
that?
reports
Oh
of
yeah, what about him?
Alright, so like
secure
Norman Bates is
Marion
actually like
We own the road.
series on
If Zussman
Netflix,
can take
and I'm
a
not
knife
even
in the
gonna
gut
lie,
and
I
come out
didn't know he
swinging,
was actually real.
I like our
But
odds
it was
just
this
fine.
guy who
Always
had
bet on a winner,
mommy
so.
issues, like he was really obsessed with his mom.
Turner,
And
shielding
let's
us
say
is his noble
mom
calling.
left him, right?
Let's
And
move.
The war just has a
somewhere,
habit of
like,
getting in
in
the
a
way.
building, he will legit, he has a personality that's a legit his mother. So his own mother will take over his body, and he will think that he is his mother.
All right, first platoon.
Yeah, there is like
Go.
multiple personality disorders and shit. Like
And it's so weird because there was
I didn't even know I could go over here. Oh,
he like every time he would see a nice like a good looking female, nice body, you know, really really beautiful, he would kill her because he would get way too close to the point that he would almost have sex with the woman, and quote unquote the mother wouldn't like
You know, a
that.
woman
Like
like this
his
takes
mother
8
when
weeks to
she was
heal.
alive.
I'm ready,
sorry,
Sergeant.
I'm ruining the series for you.
You got my word.
But
Oh, your word.
his mother was alive, she would be like, oh, I don't want you being around that woman, this, and that.
mhm.
And
So you're good.
the personality of his
Just
mother
fine
would
and
take
dandy, sir.
over and murder the woman.
It's crazy.
I was so lost because he had
Tanks
to take
rolling.
a confession that he killed this one woman because there was evidence
Hang on
in
tight, boys.
his hotel.
It's gonna get
here,
rough.
'cause
What else is new?
they had a hotel.
I think Pearson
Mhm.
likes you. Like a
They
lion
had
likes a
evidence that
steak.
he killed a woman, and I'm like,
Let's go,
they had
let's
to do
go.
a lie detector too. I was watching and I was like, how much you bet? She's just gonna be like, oh, I killed
Looks like
him,
you're
and
holding
then
up all right.
his mother killed
Yeah, how
the
about
person-
yourself?
the woman.
Couldn't let you guys have all the
His
fun.
second personality said that. And
Fun's
that's
not allowed
exactly
under
what
Pearson.
happened. He's like,
You know why he's
oh,
always writing you?
Norman, I killed
Kasserine
Percy.
Pass.
You were innocent.
Yeah,
He
earned
said
him an
no
Article
and completely
15 and a
backed it.
demotion.
I was like,
He had to be a hard ass, and his men paid the price.
That's
Mission
crazy.
over. A massacre.
that made no
Nazis
sense
had no
to
mercy.
me.
Hell, we only
And, like,
survived because they didn't have time to seal
I
the
think
western
we're on
exit.
topic of serial killers now.
Almost lost everything
Yeah.
thanks to that son of a bitch.
I'm interested because
Turner still ain't over it. Matter of fact, he was the one who wrote him up. Pearson figures if he makes you
Reminds
a
of this.
platoon, he'll get
Fuck.
a scrub.
Only we're doing the scrubbing.
Yeah, now you're getting it. That's why he's never gonna give up. He'd kill to have it removed.
You know what I kill for? Decent grub.
Never mind, but it was
Just
hysterical.
had
You
some-
know what I'm like?
Hey, shit on a
I'm
shingle
like
doesn't count.
confused,
Hey,
but really interested.
how about
in
barbecue,
the
eh?
Zodiac killer, 'cause no one even knows who was the Zodiac
never
killer,
stood a
and
chance.
his murders
Guess a no to the open
was so
casket.
simple.
Yeah, that's somebody's son.
I'm not insulting
crowd.
anything.
Daniels
I'm just
is
saying,
right.
He would go
We're
out
not all bad.
shoot people.
They did give us
Some
Kepler,
of them were
Mozart.
so bad,
All right,
some of them didn't.
Marlena Dietrich.
See, that's more like.
And
Don't forget
that's
about their
what
inventions. You got the printing press, electron microscope.
Frankfurters.
confused me
You guys are killing
so
it.
much.
You guys hear
I
that?
did not
He's headed this way. Stukas, inbound. Knee out of it. Clear the tank. Panzer! Get off the road. We'll circle around. Move. We have to protect our sharpness. That's flak fire in the distance. We're gonna capture one of their AA guns and bring down those stupid. MG's in the barn. Shit! Everyone down.
Like that's the thing is like yeah they can track phones, like even if they're like, oh, we can't do that, they have the availability to, they can track phones, but the main reason they don't do it is because it takes so long, it's so time consuming. The fact that there could be no point because he could easily just be using, like, you know, the Razor phones, the flip phones. He could easily just be using one of those and then throw the phone away, or like throw it in like a trash can, and if they track it, all they're gonna find is the phone. They're not gonna find him, you know?
No, it was like more of like our modern times. Like that's what we it's like 90s. And it's like characters are long. But like as long as there's so many that like just we're like you know about the guy behind he was like based on Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, Leatherface.
Yeah, like I
You fuck with horror movies, but don't remember one of the main serial killers' names. The movie is called the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and literally the killer is called yeah. You should don't insult me like that. Fuck, I died.
there's this guy who take body parts and make them into legit furniture. That is so disturbing to me.
There was a fucking guy who would, I forgot what did he do again? He would murder his victims. Oh no, it was a guy who he killed some guy that he didn't like. He killed him, and then he cut his body up and he put it in a chili, and he went to a chili contest, and his chili won first place. And the people liked it. Out of everyone's there, his did the best. And it was literally made with human. Bendy and the ink machine?
Send it this way!
You gotta clear it up some more.
Push into the field! We need to rally with our tanks! Spread out!
The second you were like Bendy, I was like, oh, Bendy and the ink machine? There's also a lot of topics that I would like to get out on, because, well, since, to be honest, I'm not gonna finish this whole game like today. I mean, we could go through like an entire list and stay up for hours just talking about shit, but I don't like, but it would not do good, because no one's gonna sit here and watch a 9-hour stream about a podcast. Like, these are like hour to an hour and a half long, you know? But like, literally, like, we could record them in a row if you want. Oh, it's the ear rape, come on. I died by a grenade. Bitch. Well, cause it needs. Well, actually, there is one serial killer who he did get caught, yes, but he only got caught because he confessed. And what he confessed about was he killed, I think it was his girlfriend or his ex-girlfriend, I can't remember. It was one of the two. He killed her, and then he took her body and like cut her up. And but he had everything like planned out. He cut her up and he buried her, like her entire body. But she buried different parts in different places. So like she didn't bury the whole. And he, like, the only reason he got caught was because of the fact that he literally called the police station and told them that can I get ammo? Thank you. That he killed that girl, which was crazy.
really old, and we were doing it in school, like
2 o'clock.
like this court thing, and like they were on the
It's going down. Target destroyed. Guy on the radio sounds pissed. Crowds don't know what's happening. Boy, coming in. 1 o'clock. Direct hit. Take much more of this. Keep firing. They're on to us. Stuka's attacking our position. Got one. Good. Keep firing. 1 o'clock. High. It's going down. 1 o'clock. Direct hit. That's all you got. Not yet. 3 o'clock. Direct hit. 1 o'clock. High. There's too many. Take shot. Above.
That's crazy.
That's all of them. Good job, guys. Hey, Perez, you okay? They got my buddy Mills in the ambush. We hit him back hard.
No, there was also a thing about how this guy, what he's very fucking retarded. He murdered 2 people, right?
Yes, sir.
And then he burned them in their backyard. And then the people next door reported them because they smelt the smell of the burning flesh and they didn't like it. So they reported them. And when the cops came, it was him and another guy, and he was like, "Oh no, we weren't doing anything. We were just having a fire back here." And they were smelling around, and they're like, "No, what's that smell?" He's like, "I don't know. It must be like the gas that we were burning or some shit like that." And then he's like, "Oh, can you put the fire out for me?" And the guy was like, "Okay." And he puts the fire out, and once they like start moving all like the charcoal and stuff, you can literally see their whole bodies just there. And the guys got sent to jail. This shit is crazy.
Get out your binoculars. There's Perez and his boys. We're heading right into hell. We gotta hit those pack operators hard. Everyone open.
Oh, Jack the Ripper or the Reaper or whatever the fuck his name was. He probably went to medical school. I was gonna say, you know how long ago that was? I don't think there's anything you should be afraid about. Even that alone is terrifying. Jesus, don't. That's like, you're just sitting in the dark and then some random old guy just runs up at you with a knife. He's walking through. Yeah, I'ma get you. Get over here. It's like, can you slow down? I'm old as shit. Like. It really is. It's so, did I just get ran over by? Oh, I thought I got ran over by a tank. Another like. I just realized how many topics we've switched off of in like the past hour. You know? Yeah. There was like one thing that I eventually want to get into, which I'll probably wait till like nighttime to go on, just because it would fit it better. Is like kind of like Chinese / Japanese myths, because like myths of like people and like killers and people's like souls and shit, you know? No, save it, save it, save it, save it. That's why we're saving it for later.
You okay? Thanks. I'm good now.
See you at 7. You're leaving now? I don't care. So then what's the point of trying if you know you can't? What I did? Get dropped, buddy. Alright, well, stream, you gotta deal with me now for a few until she gets back. But yeah, I'm gonna be uploading a lot more, cause now I have this game, so I probably won't play this game on my own time, just out of wanting to live stream it, because I'm trying to get back into live streaming again and like making videos and shit. So if I keep saving this, I'll be able to get a couple good videos out of it, you know. But yeah. Yeah, I know. I was just talking to the stream about how I'm gonna start uploading more. I think I might do like 2, maybe 3 episodes per stream. Episodes, I mean levels, you know. Cause I'll try uploading daily. Like I didn't upload a video yesterday because I didn't wake up till late.
Down! Get down now! Daniel, you have to secure the enemy.
No, you're good, you're good. I'm just detaining people. Alright, anyways. Yeah, that's... I like, cause Nate's the main one that got me into uploading again. You know? Because he was talking about how he's uploading more, and how he's gonna like, try bringing his channel back, and I was like, you know, I ain't got no one that watches me, so it's, whatever, man. Just go with the flow.
Hold on. CO approaching.
Oh, my neck.
Alright, listen up. Charlie Company's under assault near the church. They need ammo.
I think this
fire
is
support.
the first time we've
Send a
been.
squad immediately.
Sir, we're already stretched pretty thin.
Then stretch thinner.
Yes, sir.
Brad has returned.
Brand man is back. You guys get a new addition to the stream.
That's the plan. Hooray!
Yeah, it was a little mini podcast and playing video games in the background.
Got orders from college. We're heading west with the 11. Those boys are running out of time. You're on your own. Take the jeeps and head out. Move!
Alright, snap to it. Charlie's up shit creek and we're the paddle. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh yeah.
Hey, which way to Marigny?
Oh my god. The main reason that I told you not to talk about the myths and shit like that was because I want to save this for later on tonight if I decide to live stream again later, you know? We can have actually stuff to talk about and like cool shit to go on about. which is the only reason why I'm not trying to. Brad doesn't even know what's going on right now. He's in his own little la la land. See? I want to go la la land.
Which way? Straight! Go straight! Hold on!
Get to run over.
Hard right!
But yeah, like back on what were we on? We were on serial killers, right?
Suspect! Grab the wheel! I'm getting on the gun!
Yeah, it's we've gone into some weird shit, Brad. Just don't question it. So back on topics about serial killers and shit. What is like? This is gonna sound pretty gruesome, but what is your favorite like story? Like what you've heard about a serial killer? You know? Ted Bundy? No, I know what you were talking about, but like you sounded like it was about like art or something. Like his work is just so sloppy. Like why did you say it like that? DNA.
Don't you be going soft on me, Murphy.
Well, thanks for showing up when you did.
Thank Captain Davis. It was his order.
So they just took pictures of the teeth marks and they're like,
It's too late to press on.
exactly your teeth.
Looks like you boys got a reprieve.
Excuse me, Sergeant. Isn't half the crowd army on the other side of those
Yeah,
buildings?
that's
Better
probably
place to set up a perimeter?
Sure, Private. Why don't you book us a room at the Ritz?
Zodiac killer.
Sir.
You never figured like him out at all.
He's scared as hell. Why don't you worry about your own problems? Like how that side is gonna. Daniels,
He's
you watch out.
he
the only
was,
thing more dangerous than the enemy is pride.
Didn't he like kill people based off of like their zodiac sign?
We take Mary
no,
at
no,
first
they
flight.
just called him Zodiac killer because okay, so
Can't
he
believe
had
I'm
this,
fighting alongside Zussman
oh
again.
my fucking
He's
God.
holding up all
He
right,
would write
considering we
to them
just
in
blasted through
kind
miles of
code,
hedgerows.
and like he would
You
use
think
the
Pearson
same
might go a little
symbol,
easier on him.
which was like
You'd be wrong.
kind of like a watch brand called Zodiac. So they called him Zodiac Killer because he always used that symbol, and every time he wrote, and he would call himself Zodiac Killer too. So like
July
the
26th.
name.
We're holed up
But
in a
he
farmhouse
just
outside
killed
of
people
Marietta.
like
I
I mean
closed
it was
my
pretty
eyes thinking of
basic.
Hazel.
Like it wasn't
It ended up having
crazy.
a dream again.
But he would go up and like
July
when
26th. We're holed up in
people
a
were trying to
farmhouse outside of
have
Marietta.
sex
I closed
in
my
the car,
eyes
he would just
thinking
come up and
Hazel.
shoot them.
It ended up having a
Legit,
dream again.
I'm not even lying. He just come up and shoot them. And some of them would survive, or he would just shoot them in like parks and stuff too. And
Yo, back on like serial killers and shit. Finish what you're saying and then I'll go to where I was going.
but like that's basically what he did as serial killer, and they couldn't figure him out. But he like killed a lot of people, and it was like crazy how they could never figure out who it was, and he kind of got away with killing a whole lot of people.
Excuse me. What I was talking about was this thing that there used to be a show. I think it was on like National Geographic or some shit like that. I don't think it was National Geographic, but you know, we're going off of the top of the brain here. About children that would murder their parents.
Oh, I saw that.
And there was a whole show on it, and there was one about this kid who his dad had like a double barrel shotgun, that was hung up in the living room over the fireplace, but it was like dumb high up and it was on the wall. So he didn't think that his son could get to it at all. And the son one day, because both of his parents were home, his parents and his brother were all gone. He gets up, grabs the shotgun off the wall, finds his dad's like ammo because it was just under his bed. He takes ammo, he loads the shotgun, and when his mom walks in the door, he shoots her in the stomach.
Oh my god.
She falls to the floor, and her husband, his dad, runs in dumb fast, and he is like, "What the hell are you doing?" And when he went to grab like the gun from the kid shot him in his leg and then smacked him in the head with the stock of the shotgun. So he knocked him out, and then he loaded the shotgun, 2 shells, and he killed his dad. Like, he shot him dead in his head. And he was talking to his mother as she was dying, and the brother came in, and he fucking, I don't know what he threw. I think he threw like a can of something at the kid. He hit him in his head, and then he grabbed the shotgun from the kid and pushed him against the wall. And he takes his shotgun, takes it away, unloads it, puts the safety on, and he keeps the kid like against the wall. He calls the cops, and when they get there, by the time they get there, his mom is dead because she bled out from getting shot in the stomach. And then they find his dad just laying there dead on the floor. And he's just sitting there holding the kid against the wall, and the kid's just been fighting him the whole time.
Wait, was it a little brother? Like, I'm so confused.
The older brother was holding him against the wall.
How old is the kid?
I think the kid was like, he was under 16, that's all I know.
Yeah, so you can't get charged or anything, so that's no point.
Nah, he can get charged. He can go.
He can go to juvie, and then once he's of age, he goes to prison.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Juvie's still a thing, woman.
I'm sorry.
I don't even think that was the worst one.
Probably for me, okay, so like, there was a time I only had cable, right? And
We've all been there.
There's a show called 24 Hours, and it was the best show I've ever seen in my life. I'm trying. But it was basically murder, and they had 24 hours to find who did it, and if those 48 hours, what the hell? When those 48 hours are up, they have to drop the case entirely. No matter how close they were, they just have to drop the case.
Listen good, kid.
And there's this one murder that was this girl's parents were quote unquote murdered. But long story short, she hired hitmen to kill her parents. And there was cameras outside of her house that she was like showing signals, like turning on and off her lights in her room, like signaling that they can come in or when their parents was asleep. And I thought that was so fucked up, because how could you, like,
Save them up, Styles. You want a
I
gold
don't know,
star.
I
Let's
could
go.
never, like,
I think I'm his favorite.
I know that you have some stuff with your parents, you know, like, stuff, but I can never take it to the point that you'll murder my parents. That's different. That's
No.
totally different.
I would never do that.
She was white.
There was
And she was Asian.
oh my god, right? Let me tell you something. I think this was still on that show about kids killing their parents, but there was 2 kids that murdered pretty much their whole family, and it was a girl and her boyfriend, right? They came into the house, right? And the grandma was sitting in the room. Mind you, the grandma was deaf, so she couldn't hear anything. She gives the wire to her boyfriend, and the boyfriend puts the wire around the grandma's neck and kills her. Right? He kills the grandma.
Sorry.
I don't know why.
Fucked up, but she's old. She's gonna die anyways. Like, let her live her life, please. Let her.
He kills the grandma, right? And then They go upstairs, and the guy has a gun. They kill. This is the like probably the more fucked up one. They kill her baby brother. Don't question it. They kill her brother, and then they move up and they kill the mom and the dad. And that's the whole family that was in the house, and they killed all of them. But the house has the cameras, and the cameras had the audio. So when the police went and searched the house because of all the screaming they heard and the gunshots and everything, they found like the little panel that had cameras on it and footage, and they found them. They would just like that. Like, this shit is so fucked. Including like, there's especially like